Hey everyone, welcome back to 1023 Yoga. You've arrived. In today's Hoses and Poses Quickie class, I'm going to show you some ways that you can decompress your spine, lengthening each vertebrae in the back and letting go of all that heavy gear. Let's get going. Okay, so for today's session, I would suggest if you have a small yoga block or a pillow in the fire hall, and a block, a single block, could be a book, maybe a safety training book, something to help elevate the ground, and you'll see why later. Let's do it. So we're going to get started in a standing position, a little bit different, but this, as I say, is for those of you firefighters that have just maybe finished duty, maybe you've had gear, equipment on your back, things have been really heavy, kind of bogging the spine down. So we're going to lengthen that, strengthen that, stretch that all out, okay? We're going to find mountain pose. Feet are hip width apart, knees are soft, shoulders are above the hips, up and back. And you might even close the eyes here just to ground and get connected and arrive. A few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Every time that you find yourself exhaling, can you allow the shoulders to soften down away from the ears? But at the same time, imagine length in the neck. So the crown of the head is reaching to the sky as you find those exhales to soften but lengthen. Letting go of any mental tension at the same time. You're not on duty. You can let go of the to-do list. Releasing mental and physical tension and stress, allowing that to melt away. Couple more breaths, noticing your feet really planted and grounded into the floor beneath you. Slowing down. Good. Gently fluttering the eyes open if they have been closed. And on the next inhale, you're going to circle the arms up and overhead. And as you reach the peak of that inhale, find a stretch. Feel the vertebrae expanding in your back. And then exhale the arms back down to your side. A couple times like that. So inhaling, visualizing that length in your spine. And exhaling the arms down. Okay, one more time, and then watch for the change. You're going to inhale, reach, 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 inhale, inhale, and then you're going to exhale to fold forward. So you might need to bend the knees deeply here as we haven't warmed up yet. You may have tight hamstrings as well, and that's fine. You can always place your forearms on the tops of your thighs to offer a sense of ease. So we're going to hang out here for a few breaths in a forward fold. So again, this idea of decompressing the spine here. So getting length between each vertebrae in the back. Okay, and you might sway the head from side to side, allowing the neck to relax. You might notice the body starting to open up a little bit. Maybe your fingertips can touch your toes or the floor. You can sway from side to side, maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Lots of options here. And just allowing that spine to expand. Finding those breaths. Exhaling audibly. Next inhale brings you halfway up, so palms are on shins. I'm getting length again to the spine. Then you're gonna exhale and fold a couple times like that. Inhaling halfway lift. You can even look forward. Exhaling down. One more. Inhale halfway. Exhale forward, fold. Now I'm pressing my fingertips in the ground. I'm going to lift my left foot back and I'm coming into a low lunge. So knee comes down. This is where your pillow can come in handy to pad the knee if you need that extra support. Okay, from here, I'm going to inhale the arms up and get that length as you sink into the hips. Now notice here if that front knee is progressing forward past the ankle joint. You want it in line with the ankle joint. So if you're finding you can go a little deeper into the hips, maybe you bring that back knee a little further back, okay? Inhaling that length. Now finding an exhale to get into a thoracic twist, opening the arms to the right. Inhaling back to center and exhaling thoracic spinal twist. One more time, inhaling up. We're going to hold on the thoracic twist to the right. Not holding the breath, just holding the pose. And notice if that breath starts to get a little shallow. Sinking into the hips, noticing if the shoulders can come down, get length in that neck. And then from here, I'm going to teeter-totter that left hand forward and bring the right arm up. So I'm still in a twist. I'm in this sort of low lunge twist in the thoracic spine. You can look down, you can look to the side, or you might look up. Couple of breaths. Next exhale brings that top arm down. You're going to lift the back knee. Let's press that pillow to the side. Step forward into that halfway lift again. Inhale, get length. Exhale, fold. I'm going to inhale, come all the way up as we did in the beginning. Reach, reach, reach. Visualize length in the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And this time stepping the right foot back, coming into that low lunge on the other side. Do you need padding under the knee on this side? Okay, inhaling, coming up, and then sinking into that hip. Getting that length. Noticing the shoulders, are they away from the ears? Extend the neck. And exhaling over to the left, thoracic twist to the other side. Inhaling back up to center. And exhaling, thoracic twist. Inhaling back to center. Last time, we're going to hold the position. Breathing, sinking into that hip. Noticing some of the heat that gets produced from twisting, that internal fire, if you will. Inhaling. Oh, sorry, we're going to leave the arm there. Actually, we're going to bring that right hand down, come into the twist in a low lunge. Breathing here. Notice what your neck needs, looking up, looking to the side, or looking down. Breathing. Finding the next exhale to bring that top palm down. Now here's a little bit different. We're going to lift that back knee, move the pillow, and then place the knee down. You're going to meet the other knee to the back so that we're on all fours. Now, with your palms below the shoulders, you can also be on fists if you have any wrist issues. Toes are tucked, okay? Knees are below the hips. And I've got a neutral spine here to start. So I'm going to find an inhale. I'm going to drop the belly towards the mat as I look up to the sky. And then I'm going to exhale and round like a cat, rounding the spine. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking up, and exhaling, rounding the spine. So you're getting this sort of wave-like motion in your spine in these cat-cow postures. Exhaling to arch. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking up. A couple times at your own pace. Good. And then finding that neutral spine again. You're going to look to the right. So I have my right hip sort of reaching for my right shoulder here, squeezing the side body back to center, and then finding the opposite side. So you're just working the spine from left to right now, a movement that we don't often do. Squeezing to one side, you might hold there. You're strengthening the side muscles. You're getting fresh oxygenated blood to your organs. All good stuff here. Okay, and you're lubricating the spine. And on one more side, as long as you feel even on both sides, and then we'll come back to center. So from here, we're going to untuck the toes, bring the butt down. We're going to swing the legs around, and we're going to come down to the back. So I'm going to switch sides so you can see me from the side here. So placing the feet below the knees, move my hair clip. Knees are below the feet are below the knees. My palms are resting alongside the body. I'm coming into these spinal lifts or bridge, Setu Bandhasana. So I'm going to tilt the pelvis so that my low back is pressing into the floor. I'm going to inhale the hips up to the sky and back down. So this is a moving bridge. We'll start with that. So inhaling to lift the hips and exhaling to roll down. So again, you're with the rhythm of your breath and you're rolling. Again, it's kind of like when we were moving the spine from a standing position. You can think of it as like a fire hose. You're sort of rolling the hose, right? So this way we're getting that movement in the spine, exhaling to come down. Good. On the next inhale, when you find your hips up to the sky, stay there. Don't hold the breath, just hold the position. Okay. You can always deepen it by rolling shoulders underneath. Sometimes I like to just give a little bit of thumb support to the outside of my hips and kind of guide the hips a little higher to the sky. So this is another way to decompress the spine, right? Because everything's flowing this way. We don't have all that weight bogging down. Breathing, come out at any time. Good. Find your next exhale and come down really slow. So come down to, the upper, the mid, then the lower touches down. So my lower back, and then the tail touches down nice and slow. Good. Bring both knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. So now you're kind of massaging the low back, massaging the shoulders, rounding the spine, letting go. There's no gear on. You can let go with that sigh. Good. And we'll finish up with a couple more twists in the lower spine. So this is where your block or book may come in handy, and I'll show you why. So from here, as you were, I'm going to lift the hips over to the left a couple inches. I'm going to extend the right leg, and I'm going to bring that left knee in and across. So I'm coming into a one knee twist. So this is where this can come in handy, because if you find that knee is sort of floating or pulling this elbow up, then you want to elevate the ground. So now I'm going to place that below the left knee. Ground is now elevated, and my left shoulder that's outstretched can relax. Okay. And this allows you to get that nice twist in the spine, opening the rib cage. You can turn your gaze toward that outstretched arm. Maybe resting your right palm on top of the left knee. and settling here. It's a deeper twist for the spine, for the organs. Can be helpful to do before bed. Actually, twists are very beneficial for relaxing the nervous system and helping with insomnia. You close the eyes, noticing where you can soften. And if there's any tingling in that outstretched arm, just simply lower the arm to a 45-degree angle. That'll release a pinched nerve. And when you're ready, gently bringing the head back to center, activating the center core to bring that knee up. And bend the extended knee and bring the hips back to center. Take a pause for a moment and just notice. Do you feel a difference between each side, having done one and not the other? Okay, and preparing for the other side, you're going to lift the hips and shift them over a couple inches to the right this time. You're going to extend the left leg and bring that right leg in and across. And I'm going to place my block down or book, whatever you're using to elevate the ground, so that I can fully extend and relax this shoulder. Okay, and again, you can look up or towards that extended arm. Maybe closing the eyes, softening with each breath. Allowing the spine to relax. Check in with that mental tension. Is your mind wandering or thinking, planning? Can you just be in this moment and arrive right now? I'm going to bring my right arm to a 45-degree angle to release that tingling sensation. Enjoying a couple more breaths. Nice work. Coming back to center with the head, activating the core before you bring the knee up, bending that outstretched leg, and coming back to center with the hips. Again, taking a pause, noticing, feeling the length of the spine on your mat. And one more time, bringing both knees into the chest and rocking from side to side, really massaging out that low back, the shoulders. Maybe tucking the chin further into the chest so that you're getting length in the back of the spine, back of the neck. Good. And preparing for final relaxation for a few moments in Shavasana. I'd invite you to extend the legs out long. You can keep the knees bent if there's any tension in the low back. Otherwise, keeping in this theme of an extended spine, arms outstretched at a 45-degree angle, closing the eyes and taking a few moments to integrate all the movements that you've just done, lubricating your spine, getting that length and decompression, letting go. Just bringing a gentle awareness back to your space. Noticing the points of contact that your body has with the ground. Deepening the breath as you wiggle fingers and toes, maybe rocking the head from side to side. And then taking a final stretch. So bringing the knees together and extending the feet or heels, reaching up overhead, maybe clasping linking the fingers together and just inhaling and stretching, kind of like we did at the beginning, all the way. Visualize each space between your vertebrae. And then exhale, let it go. And bring the knees back into the chest. And this time we'll rock from forward to back. My hands are under my knees here. And just getting that movement in the spine, getting things flowing again. And then coming up to sitting and swinging the feet around. I'm going to use my trusty little pillow here to just elevate the hips to sit. And thank you guys for joining me today. I do hope your spine feels a little more rejuvenated. You can use any of these little techniques throughout your shift as well, such as the forward fold or even those twists. You can be in a chair or the truck and do these type of twists just to keep that spine moving. Please share this video with other firefighters. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.